Welcome to the Division of Education, Innovation and Energy's e-learning program. My name is Janet Paul Peters and I'm representing the Tobago Coordinating Committee for Persons with Disabilities. Dear parents, guardians, caregivers, the Tobago Coordinating Committee for Persons with Disabilities recognizes that you have been abruptly thrown into a situation where you are expected to perform tasks of teaching in addition to your normal hectic routines. We commend your efforts thus far, bearing in mind that you have been the first and most influential teachers in the lives of your children. We applaud the job you did then, and we are confident that you will continue to do a great job. That is why we are here to lend support to you. To do this, we will proceed to share some tips with you.
Hi, I am Dotsie Bacchus, and it is indeed a privilege for me to share some life skills tips for you parents. Our special needs children demand a great deal from us, and so therefore we have to equip them for life, equip them to face the world out there. Let us look at our first point: reinforce skills already known. Which means you as parents, you would have taught your children certain skills. And therefore it is important that you go over those skills, that you work with them. There is nothing as overwork or being or actually doing it excessively. You need to reinforce. You need to go over and over and over. We look at pack-away toys. Pack-away toys. As parents, you have to teach your children packing away toys, or even the books that they may be reading, putting them where you got them, whether it's in the library, wherever. The idea is putting back whatever you have used where you got them. We want to talk about work area. It's important that you teach your children that if they have to work in a particular area, they need to prepare that area. They need to get it tidy. They need to bring whatever activities that they have to do, they need to prepare that area. So parents, for instance, if they are going to look at television, you might not have a television room, but you can have cushions on the floor, or you can have chairs to facilitate them. They have to know that, listen, I have to go and I have to get my cushions and make myself comfortable. This is another very important life skill: making up your bed. So often children get up and they just leave their beds untidy, and they expect that parents must do it. Parents, remember, you are training your children not for yourself, but for the world out there. Life can be very unpredictable. And sometimes we tell ourselves, well, I am here as a parent, and I am going to do everything. I am obligated to do this. No. You have to train them. You have to let them know that, listen, when I get up, the first thing that I need to do is to tidy my bed, tidy my room. And this is very important. Practice self-help skills. Yes, parents. Again, you will not always be around. And the idea of practicing self-help skills. Now, what are self-help skills? We want to look at simple things like, okay, dressing. You may say, what about dressing? All they need to do is to just put on whatever the garment is. No. Our special needs children, they need to be guided. Let us look at tying shoelaces. So often, we take it again for granted that our children, they know how to, or they ought to know how to tie their shoelaces. No. Parents, you have to teach them. This is a skill by itself. Teach them how to tie their shoelaces. It's going to take a lot of time. But again, we want to go right back to reinforcing, just doing it and doing it until they are perfect. Do zips and buttons. Buttoning up takes a great deal of effort, especially with children who have poor hand coordination. So therefore, you have to exercise that patience. You have to teach them how to button their clothes, how to button their shirts, how to button their pants, how to pull up their zips. This is also very important, an important skill in dressing. Make simple snacks. Again, we want to teach our children how do they utilize even the fruits around them. How can you as a parent be comfortable, It is by teaching them these skills, how to make a simple fruit cup, utilizing the fruits around you, maybe cherries, mangoes, 5 fingers. You can teach them simple things like even making chow. For the big, the older children, you can teach them simple things like even making cherry stew, cherry drink. These, when you teach them, that, listen, they are not going to starve. They are not going to starve. And not only that, they can also prepare something for me. We want to look at even making simple sandwiches. Parents, you need to teach them simple sandwiches. It may start with simple bread and butter, and later on you teach them, even to put other fillings. For those like the toddlers, you can even teach them how to make a biscuit sandwich. Biscuit and jam, biscuit and peanut butter. By doing this, that, listen, my child will not go starving. My child can help himself. Plant a seed. Well, we know we are in the time where everybody is planting, whether we like it or not. Plant a seed, or even plant seedlings. Children cannot just go and plant. Parents, you need to show them, give them directions, even in terms of the soil, mixing the soil, topsoil, manure. Show them how to mix it. For those of you who may have space, fine. Those of you who do not have space, you can use containers, you can use flower pots. The whole idea is that you are teaching them, you are showing them how to plant. And after you have shown them how to plant, then you have to show them, listen, it's not planting alone. You need to take care of these plants. You need to see about these plants. Just as how you may feel hungry, Or you may feel thirsty, the plant would need watering. So you need to let them know, whether it's in the morning or it's in the evening, you know, there is a routine that I have to wet my plants. I have to see about my plants. And you have to, parents, you have to supervise them. Because, you know, sometimes they can, you know, forget. They can forget. And you have to let them make this activity something happy, something that they can enjoy. So that in the actual process where when the plant starts to flower and so on, you know, you're very excited and you can show them, well, look, just now we're going to have a fruit, and motivate them, empower them, let them see that, listen, boy, my plant is really, it's growing, whether it's cucumber, whether whatever it is. In a while, I know that I can go and pick, and that is the joy of it, that you can go and just pick, enjoy the fruit of your labor. And this is what, you know, you need to empower your children, let them know, you know, the joy of planting. It mustn't be, you know, oh gosh, the sun hot, and no. Let them see, let them see the joy of planting, and then the actual reaping, that they can even actually bring the food, you know, you have it, you know, on the lunch table or on the breakfast table, and they can say, I did it, this is my food, this is what I did. Feed pets at home. Now, it's not everyone would have a dog or a cat. But whatever it is, whether you have a dog, you know, or you have a rabbit, you have to give children that responsibility. They must know that, listen, they need to take care of animals. They need to love their animals. They need to feed their animals. And in cases where you have like the young adults, you can even get them involved in rearing chickens and even minding rabbits and all that. So that again, even in rearing chickens, you know, you can get your eggs, you can get your actual meat, and, you know. So therefore, again, this is important that, you know, you encourage them in this activity. Fold laundry. Now, as parents, you have to establish a place for soiled clothes and a place for clean clothes. When you have done your laundering, you have to teach the child what is expected. This basket is for soiled clothes, this basket is for the clothes that were laundered. When they have identified that, you have to teach them to fold the clothes. You don't want to just take it up and just throw it there. You have to teach them that I need to fold my clothes and I need to put away my clothes in the laundry basket, the right basket for clean clothes. Do dishes. So often at meal times, you know, parents, you take it for granted that, listen, let me, I am going to prepare the table, I'm going to put the dishes on the table, I'm going to actually prepare the table for serving lunch. You have to get your children involved. You have to let them know that, listen, they are part of the process. They are part of the process. So, okay, you are going to see about the plates. You're going to put the plates on the table. You're going to put the mats on the table. You know, you are going to put the glasses on the table. You actually show them how to lay the table. After this is done, you know, you don't just let them, okay, get up and walk away. No, it's not like that. You have to let them know, you have to teach them. You need to pack your dishes, you need to get them into the sink. Now, according to how old they are, you can even start to show them how to wash the dishes. But we have to start somewhere. And we can start right there, taking up the dishes, putting them in the sink. After a while, you can teach them how to wash the dishes. The mats, you have to teach them how to clean the mats. You cannot just leave the mats like that. And we have to bear in mind that we cannot take our children for granted. We can't say, well, look, they're supposed to know that. No. Every step you have to teach them, every step. You have to clean your mats, you have to wipe your mats, and you need to put them away. And therefore, you have to give them a sense of direction where they're going to put the mats. So they take it up and they know there's a specific space that, okay, they're going to put their mats there. Nurture independence. And this is such a powerful phrase, because life skills prepare for a certain amount of independence. It puts the child into that level of independence, into that level where the child is prepared not only for life, but in terms of motivation, in terms of the actual development of potential, that learning life skills would help them prepare for life, empower them, being able to go out there and with confidence, being able to do things, develop themselves. And not only that, as parents, you can afford to even relax and know that, listen, my child can do this. My child can do this for himself. Independent, can dress, can afford to even go out there with that confidence that I can do it. So parents, again, I would like to implore you. I know that this is a task. At times it can be very difficult, but reinforcement. And you do it with that spirit of love. You have to just do whatever you are doing. Let them get that fun, that joy in actually doing those skills. When there is joy and when there is love, you know that there is completion. You know that there is satisfaction. And so I just want to, again, to encourage you. This is a new dispensation where the COVID virus, is upon us, but life goes on. Life goes on. And therefore, again, I just want to thank you. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much for being there for your children, for being there with them. I thank you.